8 Powerful Job Search Advice by HR Head for Students and Job Seekers. Let's begin with professional mindset. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to share powerful HR tips that can completely shift the way you think about your career, your job search, and your professional growth. These are not just theories. They're strategies I've seen transform ordinary employees into confident, unstoppable professionals. As an HR expert, let me share with you the mindset shift that HR professionals wish more job seekers and graduates understood. Tip 1. Think like a problem solver, not just a job seeker. When you're applying for a job, don't just focus on what you need. Focus on what the company needs. Employers aren't buying your degree or your certificates. They're buying your ability to solve their problems. For example, if you're applying for a marketing role, instead of just saying, "I know digital marketing," show how you increased engagement by 40% during your internship. That's a real-world solution. Why it matters? Problem solvers get hired faster, promoted quicker, and respected more. Shift your mindset from, "I need this job," to "I can solve this company's problems." Tip 2. Confidence is a skill, not a personality trait. Most graduates say, "But I'm not naturally confident." Let me tell you the truth. Confidence is not something you're born with. It's built, step by step. In HR interviews, we notice body language first. Do you sit tall? Do you make eye contact? Do you speak clearly? Even if you're nervous inside, these small actions project confidence. Why it matters? Confidence makes hiring managers trust you. If you don't believe in yourself, why should they? Tip 3. Treat every interview as a two-way conversation. Here's a mistake I see all the time. Candidates think interviews are interrogations. They freeze up and wait for questions. But successful professionals treat interviews as conversations. If the interviewer asks about your strengths, connect it to their company. If they ask about challenges, share how you overcame one in a way that shows growth. Why it matters? When you turn interviews into conversations, you stand out. You stop sounding like a memorized script and start sounding like a valuable future team member. Tip 4. Build career resilience early. Your career will not be a straight line. You'll face rejections, toxic workplaces, maybe even layoffs. What separates those who give up from those who thrive is resilience. One rejection doesn't define you. 10 rejections don't define you. What defines you is how you bounce back, how you keep improving your resume, your skills, your networking strategy. Why it matters? HR professionals notice resilience. They see candidates who keep learning and adapting as future leaders. Tip 5. Network before you need it. Most people only start networking when they desperately need a job. That's too late. The best time to build relationships is when you don't need anything. Attend webinars, join LinkedIn groups, comment on posts by industry leaders, share your own thoughts. Over time, you'll build visibility and credibility. Why it matters? 70% of jobs are never even advertised. They're filled through networks and referrals. Building connections is not optional. It's a mindset for long-term career growth. Tip 6. Think beyond salary. Think skills and growth. I know, money matters, but if your first and only question in an interview is about salary, it sends the wrong message. A professional mindset focuses on what you'll learn, who you'll learn from, and how fast you'll grow. For example, a lower-paying role with mentorship and training can skyrocket your career far more than a higher-paying role with no growth opportunities. Why it matters? HR values candidates who see the bigger picture, because those are the ones who grow into leaders. Tip 7. Show up as your future self. Here's a secret. HR doesn't just hire for the role you're applying to. They're thinking long-term. Can this person grow in our company? So don't just show up as a graduate looking for their first job. Show up as the professional you want to become. dress the part, speak the part, share ideas with confidence. Why it matters. When you present yourself as your future self, people start seeing you in that light, and opportunities align faster than you expect. Tip 8. Own your story. Don't hide it. Every candidate has a story. Maybe you switched careers. Maybe you had a gap in your resume. Maybe you didn't graduate from a top university. Don't run from that. Own it. Frame it as growth. Yes, I had a career gap, but I used that time to take certifications. Or I come from a different background, which gives me unique insights. Why it matters. HR professionals love authenticity. When you own your story, you turn what you thought was a weakness into your strength. Conclusion. So here's the truth. Building a professional mindset is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about showing up with confidence, resilience, and a hunger to grow. If you take these tips seriously, if you start thinking like a problem solver, networking before you need it, investing in yourself, you won't just find a job. You'll build a career. And remember this, HR doesn't just hire skills. They hire mindset. The way you carry yourself, the way you bounce back, the way you see challenges as opportunities. So, from today, stop thinking small. Stop thinking like just another job seeker. Think like a professional who's ready for growth. Because your career isn't waiting for luck. It's waiting for you. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more career-related tips from a professional, do like, share, and subscribe.